What is going on, fam, friends? Crazy world we're living in. It's Mark Pires. It is day 1103 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show, and we're gonna get into it just like we do every day. So make sure you subscribe, you ding the bell, and bring your questions, because we're about to get into it. See you in a minute.
And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate, hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
It's Friday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
Looking for another way.
I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1103 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show, and we're gonna get into it just like we do every single day, fam, for 1103 days in a row. That's 3 years and counting. Every freaking day. 3 Christmases, 3 Easters, 3 everything. Yeah, every day, 2+ hours for 3+ years. Where you been? Well, easy to answer that question. You just haven't even known. The world we're living in now tells you what they want you to know, and they won't let you know anything they don't want you to know. What they don't want you to know about is the positivity platform called the Mark Pires Renaissance Man program, which has been live for you for 3+ years, delivering just pure light and love and creation. We've now come to a new conclusion of what this show is. This is live creation. Okay? This isn't live songwriting, live comedy, live inspiration. It's live creation. The entire show, every day for 3 years, you missed live creation. Now, you could be someone who wants to watch a script.
Oh, I want to watch this movie. I want to watch this TV show that they sat for 6 months and wrote out.
Or you could watch something happening in the moment and feature films happening live in the moment, songs coming to life live in the moment. This is a show about creation. It's not a show about sharing details of other people's creations and things that were done 50 years ago. If I did it 50 years ago, you will watch it on this program. Had someone say that you play clips? Yeah, my own clips. When I write a piece of music that I'm only going to play once in the history of time, you should be darn sure that I'm going to be playing it for you again. I play moments from the show that took place, magical moments. That's all this has been. It's magic. You talk about over 1,100 days without a script for 2+ hours. You show me somebody else on this planet that's willing to try that and be effective while being completely shunned. And you won't find them. I'm the only guy who's willing to keep showing up every day regardless of who comes to find me on a daily. Because this mission is bigger than me, it's bigger than you. It's about a world that's dying. And so I'm a realtor during the day. At the end of the day, every day I try to save this world on my show. Been trying that for 3 years. But I am a realtor. That's what I do. That's how I make a living. I haven't made one penny for Renaissance Man except for donations, kind donations from the Renaissance Man family. But I am here on this planet selling real estate for a living. So just anybody out there who's tuning in and you're like, oh, geez, I thought Mark was a talk show host. I do it to try to save the world, guys. I don't make money for that. I'm just trying to save the world. You should be doing it in your own way. If it's holding a door for someone when they're trying to come in and they have their hands full, that's saving that person's world. You could do it in a small way. I'm just trying to affect a positive change on a global scale. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not asking you to do the same thing. What I'm asking you to do is share the message if you see it. Zabrowski, woo-hoo time, right? Friday? Midday? I need it. Woo-hoo! Right? That's like that. Woo-woo. Oh, you know what, Matt? I'm kind of like stumbling on my words now. That was such a good woo-hoo for a 1:28 in the afternoon thing on a Friday. I don't know what to do now. I'm like woo-hooed, you know? Once you get it, you have to figure out how to still carry on. Some people, I told you the story the other day. Guy, he's carrying a hot pizza. Just finished it. Pepperoni's on top. It's steaming, right? Woo-hoo comes through, flips the pizza onto his legs. Charred. He charred his legs. It was a bloody, melty mess afterwards. And it wasn't the cheese that was melted. Just saying. Not a good thing, all right? But Zabrowski's woo-hoo is that good, So, guys, we're here to do it. I want to share a couple of things with you. This is a daily variety program. We don't know what we're going to do every single day, but we do know it's going to be the moment, and it's going to be something that challenges your perception of reality. What I mean by that is everything that we are conditioned to pay attention to distracts us from this moment. Just think about that for a second. This last couple of years has been to focus on the fear, to focus on all the death around you and everybody who's sick, in order for you to stop thinking about this second, to stop finding your uniqueness, to stop living right here, right now. This show is the right here, right now. And if you could find it and you could connect here with us, you will be able to break away from the monotony. On a daily basis, you could break away from it. It will help you dramatically when you go back to see that whatever it was you were looking at after you were able to step away. In life, if you can't step away from things, you are eternally too close to make a judgment or a practical judgment. It's impossible to do that when you are too close. You need to have perspective. Perspective does not come when all you hear all day long for 2 years is fear. If you could step away for 2 hours every day, come live in the light, we'll create a piece of music, we'll write something, we will create. Do you want to be a part of creation? Or do you want to be a part of whatever the frig they've been manufacturing and put in front of you for the last 3 years, 5 years? This is just the beginning. I hope you guys know this. If you're anybody out there and you've been skeptical at all, or if you've been somebody who's been following the rules and listening to the people in charge from the beginning, you have to start scratching your head, I imagine, at this point, when everything that the skeptics were saying is starting to come true. And now all of a sudden you're saying, but wait a second, I thought that this was going to, and the weird thing is that when people keep spewing out lies, some will believe it, but the ones that don't are just seeing through it and they're just disgusted by it, And then when the lies become known, you're either a world that says, wait a second, but you told us this. Or you're the world we live in today, which is like, oh, well, it's fine. We're going to get it, but it won't be that bad. Well, that's not what you said for 2 years. For 2 years, it was, if you get it, you don't get it. And that was not even like 6 months ago that they stopped saying that. It was weeks ago that Lord Fauci said that. And the president of the United States came out and said, if you get it, you won't get it. But no, now it's okay. Guys, it's okay, because the news came out and said, you're going to get it, but it won't be that bad. So now we're supposed to believe that won't be that bad is true? Everything else they've told us has been a lie. But that won't be that bad should be true? No, it's not true. You know why I know it's not true? Because I've seen so many people get it the last 3 weeks, and they're not just, I didn't know I had it. Some people are having a hard time with it, fully bugabooed. So stop the lying. Stop the lying. Tell people what's really going on. The problem is you don't know what's going on. And that's why you keep moving the goalposts. It's clear if you have a friggin' mind. It's clear if you have a heart and you want to search and find your center. Go to your center and then just start paying attention to what's going on around you, and you'll be like, whoa, What, are you kidding me? You're going to throw another new storyline at us, a new agenda? And everybody just goes, the short memory thing that we have going on in this country freaking pisses me off. For a year and a half. You're a conspiracy theorist. All of a sudden, Lord Facce comes out and says it. Oh, well, guys, no, we're going to get it. But it just won't be that bad. Okay. Look at the data. England. 70% of the people are bugabooed that go to the hospital. This is mental. What I said for 6 months has come true. For 9 months has come true. Everybody's on the same level. Stop pointing people and splitting people up into groups. You got it and you didn't. You're bad and you're good. You're all bad. Everybody's a spreader. I'm sick of this garbage. I don't want to hear it anymore. That one person has a better chance of being protected than another. Nobody's protected. I'm seeing everybody who's been protected all at home right now with CV. So friggin' stop with the BS. Let's be honest for once. World governments. Oh no, this will be pulled from the internet. You'll never be able to see it again because a guy with passion spoke. Ooh, a guy with passion spoke. Ooh, we can't have that. Ooh, we can't have some sort of alternate perspective out there. Perception of reality out there. No, we can't have that. Only our perception of reality, which is a friggin' lie. But let's keep pushing on it. And even when we know it, nothing is effective. There's no stopping this thing. Let's still force children to get it. Oh, did you look at how many children passed in the 2 years of this pandemic? 300? 300 in the nation? Oh, let's get one in every shoulder. Friggin' mental. What world am I living in? Twilight Zone, friggin' Truman Show. I'm in both. I'm in the Truman Show and in the Twilight Zone simultaneously, and you're in it with me. Deal with it. If you think that what's going on now is normal and that the way people are acting is a civilized way to act in the world we should be living in today, I am very, very concerned for you. We are dealing with insanity on all levels. The truth is lies. The lies are truth. The truth is suppressed. The lies are friggin' shoved in your throat. Unreal, right? Am I? Ron, honestly, this is the way I feel too. Anybody who took it to protect themselves, I respect you. You did what you did to protect your families. It's not your fault you were lied to. It's not your fault that they lied to you and that you believed a lie from the people that should be telling you the truth. That's not your fault. The problem I have is the people who are speaking adamantly about being a little skeptical because nothing can go in 9 months and be considered safe and effective. You just freaking can't do it. You need 10 years. That doesn't change just because of CV. You need 10 years. That's not fact-checked. Oh, no, safe and effective. We could put that everywhere. Let's put it everywhere. Oh, no fact check. I told you, I wrote a song 2 weeks ago called I Don't Want to Read It Unless It's Got a Fact Check. I scroll unless I see a fact check. Oh, fact check? Let me read that one. There's some truth there. No fact check? I'm freaking gone. That's what you did, Facebook. That's what you did. Twitter, you have me searching for the fact checks. Because I know where the truth is. I just gave you guys the inside scoop on how to find the truth online. Just look for the fact checks and you got the truth. Anything that does not have a fact check and you see Lord Facce or you see the President of the United States speaking, just really pay attention to the words that are coming out of their mouth. Like, if you get it, you won't get it. Oh, look, if you wear 57,000 masks and you get it, you get your bugaboo, you won't get CV. Oh, really? Then how come in the last 2 weeks the narrative now is, oh, we're all going to get it, but it won't be that bad.
We have a protection, guys. There's
no friggin' protection. Lie after lie after lie. I wrote the perfect song about that. It's on my last album, Lie After Lie After Lie. And it's amazing to me how it just continues. It continues every day. I tune in. Oh my, really? More death, more cases. Hold on. I'm a little confused at this one. Why do we have more cases in history than, and we're almost all fully bugabooed? But it's the unvaxxed. It's the unbugabooed. Those filthy unbugabooed. They didn't go get it, and they're a risk to us. I heard President freaking Liam Neeson, Trudeau, last night say the same thing. He goes, the unvaxxed are a a threat to us? Why are the unvaxxed a threat if you're protected? Huh? Liam Neeson, Trudeau? Piece of garbage. I couldn't believe I heard that guy say that. These people are all corrupt. For him to say that the unvaxxed are a threat to the vaxxed makes no logical sense to your friggin' vax. What the frig is your vax if you're threatened by the people who didn't take it? That means your vax is crap. And every single thing you heard this year, the last 2 years, is crap, lies, and you keep spoon-feeding it. Oh, no, maybe this one's right. Maybe we don't get really sick, though. You're getting it. Why'd you put something on your shoulder if you friggin' still get it? What are we doing in the Twilight Zone?
Oh, no, you should go get protected.
From what? Oh, so you won't get really sick. Oh my goodness. Really? Oh, okay, so you're going to go get your bugaboo so you can get it, but you just won't get really sick. If there is nothing, it's 99.7. Are you freaking kidding me? What are we talking about here? This is mental. Oh, you have a better chance than 99.7? Oh, we have to get protected, guys! There is no stopping something from animal reservoirs. Why is it a guy who's not a scientist that says it, and that's skeptics? That's a guy that's a conspiracy theorist. No, it's truth. You cannot create a vaccine for freaking humans from animal reservoirs. Every immunotherapist and everybody who's a specialist in immunology has said that. You cannot do it. And they keep telling us they've done it and that we're protected. Now, 2 years in, we learn no one's friggin' protected. But no, it's okay, guys. We're all going to get it. But you're not going to get really sick. Oh. So that lie is going to stick, that we don't get really sick. Why does it seem like everybody who's bugabooed is getting this friggin' thing? I just don't understand. Australia is completely nuts. I'm going to share one thing because I had someone the other day to say to me, Mark, if everybody in the world would just get the bugaboo, this would come to an end. I want to share how stupid a statement like that is. And again, it's not their fault for saying it. It's what they were told by the friggin' governments of this world. But let me share something with you in case you didn't see this. I put this up on Twitter the other day and if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. I try to not get political, but honestly, when I see stupid things, I have to say something back. And the other day, I just had to say something back. And this is the bottom line. I just said, guys, if we all get it, and I'm going to actually show you my tweet so you can look at this, okay? This is the tweet right here. How do I get this? How do I share the tweet? Show this thread, maybe? All right, here we go. Embed tweet? No, I just want to grab the copy of it. How do I do that? What, are we kidding me? All right, I think this is it right here. All right, so let me show this to you guys. This is what I posted, and I just want to share the story with you because you need to see the truth of the matter here, and that you have to look. This is ABC. This isn't, hey, Mark's being a conspiracy theorist. This is ABC News, okay? ABC News, this is their story. And I just posted it because it's accurate. Guys, if everyone would just get their bugaboo, this would all come to an end. Here's the story. CV outbreak in Belgian research station in Antarctica. I just want to give you guys a little insight as to what happened on that Antarctica trip. Let me just read it to you real quick because you need to know. This is very important stuff because, guys, if everybody would just get the bugaboo, then this would come to an end, right? A research station in Antarctica is battling a CV outbreak despite being located in one of the most remote corners of the world. Since mid-December, 11 of the 33 workers at Belgium's Princess Elizabeth Polar Station have tested positive for the bugaboo. But let's see. And maybe they just showed up there and they were like, whatever, and they came to Antarctica with the bugaboo, right, guys? Let's just make sure, because that's probably what happened here, right? Joseph Chica, project manager for the International Polar Foundation, which manages the outpost, told ABC News that the first case was reported on December 15th in a worker who had traveled to Antarctica with the group via South Africa, despite strict testing and travel requirements. Wait, hold on a second. I got to learn more about this strict test to get a travel requirement situation. What do we get from it? Before arriving in South Africa from their country of origin, the workers were required to have a negative PCR test at least 72 hours prior to flight. So before they can go to South Africa, they had to have a negative test. 72 hours, okay? So we're talking about, it wasn't like 6 hours before, a day before. They had to have it before getting on the flight. The employees then had to quarantine in South Africa for 10 days by themselves for 10 days, okay? making sure they're clean as can be before they go on their flight to Antarctica. And then 5 days into that 10-day quarantine, they take another PCR test to make sure they don't have it, okay? Once the quarantine period was over, that 10 days, each person was required to take another test 48 hours before their flight to Antarctica and then 5 days after arrival. So these people were tested. This regiment is ridiculous to test people this much. They all went, nobody had it. Nobody had it. Most remote place on the planet, guys. I'm not done with the most important part of the story. It was the 6th day after arrival that one of the workers tested positive, followed by 2 more workers. The 3 patients were evacuated on December 23rd, but following their departure, an additional 8 people were confirmed to have the virus. Hold on, guys. Hold on. But they were probably all unbugabooed, right? The workers had all been fully bugabooed against CV19. And at least one had received a boost as well. But every single one was fully bugabooed to go on that trip. 0 when they got there, 11 6 days later. But you know what, guys? If every single person in the world would just do the right thing and stop being skeptical, this would all come to an end. This is what I say. The lies are so freaking thick that you need to see truth for your own eyes. You need to look. You need to see the data. Get a VPN. Get a VPN. And start looking in England. Start looking in India. Start looking in Ireland and see the data. I think it's Westchester or West Fershire, Ireland, 99.7% fully bugabooed. They have the largest spike in Ireland right now. What are we talking about? Somebody explain it to me, because this is the way it seems to me. If something works, then it should come to an end. If something doesn't work, then we are where we are. When people say things to me, oh, well, it's stopping people from getting really sick, that is the biggest freaking line of crap I've ever heard in my life, because those same people said to me, no, it works, and you're a freaking conspiracy theorist. Well, now don't change your story then. Does it work or it doesn't work? Oh, no, you don't get really sick. That's changing your story. That's changing your story. For the first 2 years, it was, if you get your bugaboo, you won't get CV. Again, I'm just trying to call it for what it is, guys. If people have a problem with someone calling out the lies of this current, I wouldn't say it's administration, this world government, they are working as a world government already. You guys know that, right? This isn't America acting independently. They're all doing little things in order to push everybody on the same path. Australia leads the way. We are in trouble because of what's going on in Australia. They're shut down. They won't let Djokovic? Let me tell you how much of a joke that is. This guy just had CV. He just had CV. So you want him to get bugabooed after he has a natural immunity. When did we become so stupid? This guy has a natural immunity. Better than something Bill Gates made, guys, when clearly what Bill Gates made doesn't stop transmission. Oh, but you gotta have your card for friggin' what? To be a guaranteed super spreader? Oh my goodness, I don't know. I feel like I'm not a scientist. Why do I know the truth? And the scientists are all pretending. And it's not true. The scientists that say what I'm saying right now all get shut down. They all get suppressed until somebody who works for a government says it. Israel just said, we don't think you should have 4 bugger boosters because that could give you immunofatigue. Immunofatigue? Dr. Robert Malone, the creator of mRNA vaccines, said that. You can't do this, especially for kids, but you're going to screw up people's immune systems. You are destroying their immune systems to protect them from something that you're not protecting them from. So you have no protection from getting CV. You just won't get really sick. What about the rest of the stuff? What about the rest of the stuff now? How does your body handle the rest of the stuff? Okay, you're good on CV, right? You're good on CV. What about the rest of the stuff? They put something in there that's affecting the rest of your white blood cell fight. At least that's what the argument's been the whole time. And those people were considered whatever, passe, and saying things that are just, It's considers truth. It's like at some point, the theory comes off the end. Conspiracy theory. No, that's gone. It's just conspiracy. Somebody did it. It's crazy. It is crazy. And you know, I never want to get into these conversations. That's the thing. It's just, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated that having a voice in this day and age gets you shut down. I'm so frustrated that when you want someone just to know what's happening or just to hear what you think is happening, you know, here's the thing. Labeling somebody as misinformationist or labeling somebody as a propagandist or as a fake news spreader when all they're doing is speaking the truth that they see is almost a crime. It's a crime. You're going to call someone misinformation when we see it the way we see it. The misinformation is a continued perspective that is absolutely a lie. But when you put a fact check underneath it, the freaking people in this country that are like, oh, look, the government has got our back, are like, oh, well, that's fake. Yeah, we have a fact check there from Zuckerchooch. Who out there really believed that anything they were fact checking was done by an actual person who cares about truth? It's a left-wing person. We've known that from the beginning. Everything is so freaking left. Every single comment. They would fact check something with articles from 9 months ago when information comes out every day about CV. But it wasn't about giving you the information. It was about taking down something. It was never about giving you a fact check. It was about taking down the thing that they didn't want you to see. This concept of allowing fact checks is our problem. We should have fought back on that and said, you go pound sand, buddy. I'm going to look at things and I'm going to determine what I want to read and what I think is true. I don't need Mark Zuckerchooch to tell us what's true when that guy's the biggest piece of garbage out there. Let's be honest. He has a platform he stole. Are we serious here? Are you guys going to adulate that freaking piece of garbage? That robot? He stole his company. We're going to be like, oh, you're such a genius. Such a genius that you can't create something of your own. You have to steal it, you piece of garbage. And then anybody who is a true creator, you shut down because you're threatened by truth. Yesterday, I had my brother, we were chatting on the, after the show, one of my brothers from the show. And we were just kind of chatting things out. And at the end of the day, what I learned is a few things. Not only is suppression real, but, you know, they do support content creation. It's just the content creation that they want you to know about. They just don't support anybody who speaks against their agenda. And the agenda is very simple right now. If you say anything against getting in that line and getting 74,347 bugaboos and 64 masks on your face, then you are someone who can't be heard from. We have to shut that down. So we were talking about it last night, and it was BDP. And BDP says he had liked one of my Facebook posts, and he showed me how on one of his groups he's got like 33,000 followers on his group for his for the racing thing he's for his product. It's like, that's amazing. And just as a joke, I snapshotted last night's show and I sent it to him. 3 views. He was one of them. And I said, this is how I'm treated on Facebook. You know, I've been live 1,100 plus days. I have 3,000 friends on Facebook, somewhere in that range. And every day they allow 3 people to see it. Every day. 3. And I can tell you, BDP was one, probably my mother and father are one, and then there's one more. And that's it. They don't let anybody know I'm live. And it's because of what you just heard. What I just did when I was speaking and saying whatever I was saying, I don't even know. But whatever I said there is what they're offended by. It's what they are threatened by. And that is why they will not allow anybody to see me. And even now, I'm sure if I go to Facebook, because I'm live on Facebook right now, there's nobody on with us. They don't share my content with anybody. And it's not just a Facebook thing. This is an all across the board social media thing, which leads me to believe they are working in tandem to shut down certain creators. And I'm one of them. Yeah, we're live right now. 0 people are on with us on Facebook. At least I think it is. Let me see. But that's what's expected. I'm not like, oh, it's been like that for so long. I just know it now. I almost erased my Facebook account until one of my friends, John, I think he may be the third, John was like, you better not. He's like, I watch. And I'm like, yeah, but John, like, screw these people. What the frig am I doing? I'm putting out content. They literally turn off my feed. And he goes, I don't care. I still search you out and I find your show. Don't erase your program. And I'm like, okay, fine, I won't. But I got to say, what is a threat? Tell me what is such a big deal with someone speaking their mind in 2022, 2021, 2022. What What is the big deal? And why is it so illegal and worthy of being pulled off of the internet? It's such a weird time. Nobody ever needed that much attention on the truth. Things were just allowed to be out there. Now it's so focused on agenda, and then everything else is pulled. Everything else is suppressed. That's why it's like, if you wanted to really just get to the people, it would be pretty simple. You just have to have no friggin' soul. And you just go out there and you tell them what they want to hear. I should start every single feed with, guys, go out and get your bugaboo today. Go get your bugaboo today. Go get a second boost. You know, let's go together. I'll meet you there. You know, I'll even do it. I'll give it to you guys. I'll shoot you up with it. Like, if I put stuff like that, like, Fauci's the greatest. We have the best president in the world. If I put stuff like that, we'll have millions of people in a day, guys. I can't go against my better self and pretend that what's going on is okay. It's not. It is so messed up what's going on in this country. We were energy independent for the first time in 52 years. I think that's gone. Probably gone by now. Gas prices, I used to love them. Now I have an electric car because I knew it was coming. And inflation, Afghanistan, nobody freaking holds the guy to task. Imagine if any of these things happened under Trump. Woo! Imagine if Trump's son was a crackhead who took money from Burisma or oil, $180,000 a month. You know, he put $3.5 million from a Russian oligarch's wife. Imagine if Donald Trump Jr.'s son did that. We'd still be hearing about it. We would still be hearing about it right now. I just want some fair broadcasting in this country. When the guy who's in office sucks, let the people know about it. Don't pretend he's doing a great job. You're freaking pathetic. We on the outside who watch you laugh at you. You are the mainstream fake news National Enquirer. That's what you are. And anybody who tunes in and believes that they're getting truth from you, just go buy the National Enquirer. You have a better chance of finding something truthful in there. I jokingly say it, but it's real. I'm still waiting for that bat with human ear on page 4. Oh, I can't wait to read that story. Like, that's what they're basically putting out, bat with human ear on a daily basis. And people are like, let me go read that one. You're going to read the bat with human ear situation? You know, that's on you. I mean, you could do that, I guess, but I would never do the bat with human ear situation. Let me see. I haven't opened up my chat here started the show the wrong way. Well, actually, I did it a little differently today. I didn't want to do my intro, the comedy intro, because this is a real estate show today. And this evening we'll do our intro. So I think during the day we'll do no intro. It will just be, you know, the song Stop the Hate for us to get the show going. And then here we go. And then what we'll do is at night we'll have the intro. Just because there are people who are specifically looking for real estate information. So outside of it, guys, I mean, I obviously 35 minutes of ranting about the world we're living in when I didn't want to talk. I wanted to talk about real estate. Where to invest in real estate in 2022 is the question. You know, there are lots of gurus out there. If you go on TikTok, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram or YouTube, you're going to see these shorts and all these gurus are like, guys, I got the tip of the day. Check it out. And that's how the Wolf of Crypto started. You know, I just poke fun at stupid people doing this, trying to sell courses and stuff like that. I just think it's so stupid. And like, you can get all this information for free. And when I watch these morons doing this and then everybody's spending thousands of dollars on courses, and that's what led me to stuff like doing the crypto movie, but also taking it back. Like, I did something way early on when I was doing face swaps at the very beginning. And I don't play this very often because it's not video, it's pictures. This is when I first learned about face swaps. I didn't even know that you could do it with video. At first I thought it was just pictures. And so I made a bunch of these and I did something where I was poking fun at all of the motivational speakers out there. And there's one guy I just friggin' rip apart every time. I just think he's such a chooch. And if I could find this, you'll get a chance to see what the heck it was I did. Bottom line, it's between, you've got Dean Graziosi's the guy that I totally destroy. And I think it's it's founded. I don't believe this is unfounded destruction. Here we go, face swaps. And at the end of the day, when you're out there telling people like, guys, look, he's doing this like, I'm here with my fiance, and like, ugh, we're trying to figure out how to make other people rich. When I heard that, I was like, this freaking guy has got to be a face swap. When you go out and tell people, I'm just sitting here with my fiance talking about how we can make other people rich, you are going to be a face swap, buddy, just so you know. Here we go, if I could find it. It's in here. Try to make other people rich. You got to be kidding me. All right, so it's got to be in a different file because, oh, I know what I did here. This is inside a folder here. Here we go. Face swaps, this folder. All right. I also did Lamont. I did a few on Lamont last year. Where the heck did we put this thing?
Down at the fluid. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
All right, I guess I can't find it. That's too bad. It would have been nice to show you that because it's some serious silliness. Or did I put it in the Dr. Evil? Maybe I put it in the Dr. Evil folder. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to pop this little madness on. Corona Evil. Man. Oh my goodness. There's so many there were a lot of Dr. Evil face swaps that were done prior to the videos. Same thing. I was just doing pictures. I didn't know I could do video. And we completed a bunch on that one as well. Yeah, I guess Trump calls. Maybe I put in the Trump calls. I really want to find it because Dean Graziosi is just a chooch. And by the way, it looks like there's hundreds of phone calls from Trump when I had him calling me last year. Crazy, crazy stuff. All right, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to find this. That's unfortunate because it is a pretty crazy thing. But full downloads, maybe there. Oh, wait a second. I think I found something. You know what? This is crazy. I've got so many different folders. I mean, you're talking about 1,800 pieces of content we've created here. So to try to find things sometimes, it's not organized. It's just not. I'm realizing I have to take things from one hard drive and move it because when you're dealing with only a certain amount of space, like a few terabytes, you start running out of that, you know? So, okay, let me get, I'm clearly not going to be able to find the Dean Graziosi bit. I wonder if it's actually something I could find on my YouTube page. I'm sure I could if I just type it in, right? Let's go to my channel and see Dean Graziosi. Oh, maybe this is, what's up? All right, this is a piece of it. It's not the one I was looking for though, but this is an example of Dean because he's a chooch. Let's see if this plays.
If you want to eat healthy and feel your best, you gotta try Kachava. Kachava is the world's healthiest all-in-one meal shake. It's made with over...
What's up, guys? It's Grant. Just want to say congratulations to one of my favorite motivational speakers, Mark Pires. It's 400 days in a row. That's phenomenal. But don't forget to 10X. I expect to see number 4,000, bud. Keep up the good work. Oh, hey, winners, it's Dean Graziosi. I'm just here to say congratulations to the Real Talk program. 400 days in a row. Always remember, you have another level. What's up, guys? Gary V, real quick. Just want to say congratulations to Mark Pires, Real Talk. 400 days. That's phenomenal. I tell you guys, you need to post. You need to put content out there. This guy's been crushing it. I'm watching. This is one of the shows to watch in 2020, guys. Action leads to traction. 400 days in a row. Crushing it. Silly, silly stuff. That was early on, and I think that was probably one of the first face swaps I did. And as you know, that was when the show was called Real Talk. I found another page here, but I don't think this is it. No, there's so much stuff. You know, even to the point that there's a lot of content here when we were doing the green screen stuff where I was multiple cuts in order to get in there. So a lot of this has to be erased. I'm looking at it now. I'm realizing can't keep it all. Got to get rid of as much stuff as possible. Keep it lean and mean here. So let me quickly do something here. I wanted to put that Dean Graziosi bit on. Can't always get what you want, Mark. see. I wonder if it's in the face swaps folder. It's actually, I know it's not even on this channel. I'm pretty sure it's on the Dick Facce channel, because I created a Dick Facce channel maybe 2 years ago, and I stopped posting to it after about a week, but I posted it on there, I'm pretty sure. And that would have been ideal to find right now. But I don't even know where the hell that channel is. There's a Dick Facce channel somewhere out there. I'm sure you guys will go out and find it. So, one thing I do want to share. Let's see what this is. This will give me a minute here because I got to get everything set up here. Where in the world is Dick Facce? What was this? The beach. He's at the beach? Oh my God.
I'm not into being buried in the sand.
He's on the friggin' sand at the beach. I remember this one. This was a while ago. Oh my goodness. This is the problem when you
What's up, guys? It's Grant. Just want to say...
Always changing. There's never one thing here. This is its flow.
Hold on. I'm not into being buried in the sand. I can't figure. Hold on. You asked me to come down, did Facce sit down and sand here? You got this stupid lady over there with your cell phone. What are you filming? What are you shooting? You take a picture of Facce, you didn't sign a waiver. No, you can't use my likeness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't use my likeness. How dare you? You come round circle. I'm here about to get buried in sand. You think you can take pictures of the Facce? I'm sorry. How dare you? I can't figure you out. One time only. I'm here getting buried in sand. I didn't sign off for photos and for videos to go on TikTok. No, I'm sorry. You gotta pull that down. Sonny, can you do me a favor? Go over there and take care of that lady. She's got a camera. You can't take pictures of Facce. I'm sorry. Okay, now where's the person come out with the stick? Am I gonna go on to be like, well, what are we doing? I'll do that. If you want me to put it out there and go, what the I could do that. But I just don't know. Is there a bonfire going on later? What are we doing? Why am I here and lady taking pictures of Facce? I can't figure it out. Hold on a minute. What are you looking at? You got a problem with Facce? I'm sorry. Hold on. You come down here, wife beater? You think you can wear wife beater and pay disrespect to the Facce? I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that plastic bag out of your hands and give you a smack in the Facce. It's about time. Cause I can't figure you. You come out street fair. Oh, look at me, I'm in the street fair. This guy over here, you still disrespecting me with that stare? You gonna gaze? You gonna gaze at the Facce? Sonny, where are you? I see you back there, Sonny. Sonny, pile driver with that friggin' fist. You got the fists of a friggin' Goliath. We don't know what you're doing with them fists, Sonny. We're thinking there's some sort of lock to the universe. You are the friggin' key. You stick those hands, right, into something on the planet. And then like a wormhole opens, right? Oh, look, we found our way in. It was this guy with the stupid fists. Sonny, I don't like the way this guy's looking at me. Put his stupid glasses on his head. Hold on a minute. You're that guy? You're the big guy wearing sunglasses on his head. You can be disrespected, Facce. I can't figure you out. What are we doing? I'm here street fair. I'm in the street fair. I'm trying to street fair it. You can't pay respect to the Facce. I'm gonna wear my wife beater. Hold on a minute. What are we doing, Sonny? Sonny, where did you get the legs from? Did you steal them from that lady? You picked up someone, huh? What was that guy you with? I can't figure. Sonny, I thought you were my friend. I guess I'm here in the middle of friggin' where am I? I'm in the middle of like Ecuador. I got this guy over here staring at me funny. And then we got Sonny back there with the Cool Cup. Sonny, put down the Cool Cup. Come and help me. This guy's a goon. Hold on. You gonna keep disrespecting the Facce, huh? You know what happens when people disrespect the Facce? I'm sorry, you may not know this. Elbow in the Facce! You got an elbow in the Facce! You can't mess with the Facce. I'm sorry. Sonny, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm done with you. And squeeze.
There are actually like 130 or 140 different Dick Facce scenes. They're all ridiculous. And if you could probably tell, Dick Facce is essentially Andrew Dice Clay, but without the penchant for going after women in a weird, negative way. He just is always looking for respect. Facce wants respect, and you need to give it to him, all right? Now, we're now at 102.7 doing the vibe situation, but before we were vibing here, this is where it all, like, how this all progressed. We didn't have a radio station until this. This is a situation that took place, and then once it did, I got a friggin' phone call. They're like, we want you to do it. I said, oh, fine, I'm up for it. So now I'm here 102.7 in it, but it was all because I did this one bit for 97.1. We were doing Hot 97, and I got a phone call from 102.7 after the gig. Check it. So, comedy took over. That's it. Comedy wins. There we go. We ended the poll on comedy. Whoever got that last one in there, I think it may have been Drifting. You won. You're the winner. Yeah, what do we have? Joanne, what do we have for Drifting for being the winner tonight? No, we're not giving checks away. No, Joanne, we gotta have like a furry bear or something. Like you gotta give something away as a gift, as a prize. Like, Hot 97, we're giving away a bear today. Like, oh, really? What kind of plush bear? No, a friggin' bear. Like, you got a Kodiak bear in your house now. Sorry, you shouldn't have called into Hot 97. You call in Hot 97, and you listen, there's an unspoken rule and an unspoken contract when you call Hot 97 and try to win the award, the surprise, and like the big chest, the prize that pops out of the chest. It happens to be an actual physical bear this time. You thought we meant like a big, like fluffy bear? No. We meant like straight out of the forest, out of the wilderness. We grabbed a Kodiak bear, 9 months old, raised it to full adult. We didn't feed it for 3 weeks. It's all yours. We're just going to drop it off tonight. That, you can't get like into that? Like, that's what we did here. We told you from the beginning, come on, give us a call. You're on these 7. We're going to give you a bear. You freaking called in. That's on you. Like, we can't now step back and be like, oh, you know what? We have to do the contest over because this guy doesn't want a Kodiak bear. You understand like what we're doing here. That's why it's the unspoken contract. When you call in, am I the winner? Am I the 11th caller? You darn right are the 11th caller. It's Hot 97 more one, the 11th caller today. Oh, we got you. What's your name on the phone right now? It's Dolores. Oh, hi, Dolores. Listen, you're the winner tonight. Fantastic. We can't wait to send you your bear. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to get the bear and give it to my husband. Oh, my God. What kind of plush bear is it? Is it one like you got from like a big carnival? Well, we're not sure what you mean. A carnival bear? No, it doesn't do tricks. No. Oh, what color is it? Is it pink? Is it a pink? This is Hot 97. We don't get pink bears. We get actual bears. Like they eat people if you don't feed them. We didn't feed ours for 3 weeks, but in a cage. He's ready to go, baby. So we're stopping by. We used caller ID. We know exactly where you live. There's no hiding from the freaking Kodiak bear. Hot 97. You can't call Hot 97 and like, you know what I mean? Then be like, you know what? I don't want the door prize. I don't want the 11th caller prize. I thought I did, but then you were like, it's livestock. Like, I don't know why you guys decided to get like something that could hurt human beings though. Like, what did you do that for? Like, couldn't you just get something like a little fuzzy bear? Like, I thought you had a fuzzy bear for us. No, we're the edgiest rock station on the planet. When we tell you we're giving you a bear, we're giving you a freaking Kodiak bear. Long razor blade type of, claws teeth down to the knees, we're hardcore, rock and roll here. We can't do it, like, oh, we gave a little plush bear. Nobody would listen to our station if we're giving out a plush. You understand, right? Plush bear doesn't equal 97.1. Like when we're doing 97.1 and we're hitting people in the face with the hard rock death metal, you can't give away like a little plush bear. That's like a weird assumption on your part. You know what we do here. You understand. We kick walls in while we play. You're in the middle of playing and we're demolitioning, like it was whole house. We demoed it. It's down. Like, wait, we just started the song. Freaking house is down to the ground. We hired this guy, Sonny the Fists. He takes it all out. One fist, one punch. That's it. But that's a special case. He's a very expensive punch. Some people, you charge like 13 grand to take out of the house. You got to pay 13 grand for a Sonny Fist too. It's just done quicker. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, oh, I'm going to hire a group of guys to come down and raise the home. Take it down. They take it away. And it takes like 6 days to, 9 days. Sonny the Fist knocks it down in one punch. And then you just have guys take it away. So it's worth it because you're paying the same amount. You just have that weird thing. You were like, you just hit one. You hit it once. I'm giving you that $13,000 for one hit. It's not the fact that it was one hit, it's that I knew where to hit it. You knew that old fable, right? Oh yeah, I'm the one guy who's been the master. I spent me 30 years in order to figure out exactly where to hit that. That's what you paid for. You paid for experience, buddy. Look, that's what Sonny says when he goes and he charges 13 grand for a punch. I'm just saying. But look, if you're going to be a radio station and then you're going to do like a giveaway and it doesn't match with the genre of the show, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Then I'm really kind of taken back because I'm like, hold on. We just played a song about someone eating their knee because they were hungry. They didn't have any food, so they ate their knee. And then they jumped through a plate glass window only to fall 3 stories and break their shoulder, which they loved. They like really loved it. It was like part of the song. They're like, yeah, I love the pain. Like it was, and then like, what color is the plush bear? Just remember, if you call in to like we're writing cards to our loved ones show, like, oh, I wrote the most beautiful card to my loved one, then you expect a plush bear on the giveaway. Oh, we're giving away a bear. You're getting a plush bear from the card writing ladies, But when you call in to 97.1, the hard rock station of the planet, the song before, it was about a guy who, just for fun, he liked to like throw really heavy things onto his knee. It's all about the knee on this platform. We play songs that have to do with songs and people's knees and doing really weird things. That guy was eating his knee. This guy drops like 50-pound weights on his knee. He's just like, ah! And the same thing, they kind of stole the chorus. It was like, I love the pain. I love the pain. It's like, I don't know why we do it. I really don't. Like, I wish we did give a plush bear away. I mean, now I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you, Dolores. I wish we did have a plush bear for you, but it's a 15-foot Kodiak bear. So we'll be heading by. We got the cage and everything. But look, we're taking the key to the cage after we unlock it. And we go. It's part of the contract, unspoken word. Like we open the cage. Remember, Kodiak Bear hasn't eaten in 3 weeks, so go stock up. We unlock the door. We go like this and open it. And then we go, okay, see you later, Dolores. We jump in the car and we are freaking gone. That's it. I mean, that's what we're doing. And then you've got to deal with this new friend of yours, the Kodiak Bear. I heard you can, sometimes make it your friend. Like, you got to feed it first. Do you have any kids? Like, I'm hoping you don't have any young kids around. We didn't plan for that. That's not part of the language. If you look at the contract, it doesn't say anything about you and your church. This is given to you, Dolores. You called in. You were the 11th caller. 11th caller, blood oath, has to take the call-in prize of the day. You're getting it. Remember, if I were you, I would go buy some freaking steak. I'd head to the store. I'd pick up like a bunch of meat because you don't want them eating your arm. You don't want them taking your knee out, and then they're going to come and write a song about you. This lady, she got a Kodiak bear, and the bear ate her freaking knee. Yeah, I like the pain. I like the pain. Again, they're like really weird with this whole pain thing, you know what I mean? But like, you know, these are the songs that are written. Like, you can't, the messenger thing, you can't, you're going to come after the messenger? I'm just telling you what we do here on Hot 97.1. This is not the one, the R&B rap one. This is like the new one where we take sledgehammers and we just take down like old, you know, Honda Accords from 86. Just, it's like an office space. We get out there and just stand on top, just breaking them. And then we film it and we go live. That's our YouTube channel, 97.1. Whoa, what Honda Accord do we have today to beat the hell out of? That one. I'm getting into it. Like at first I was kind of like, you know what I mean? And then after you start swinging that sledgehammer and you're breaking a friggin' metal vehicle and it's just crumbling underneath your mallet head, you're like, I get it, you know? And you start being a demo guy. You're like, you call this Sonny the Fist guy. You're like, look, whatever work you don't want to take on, just send it over my way. I'm ready to go. I'm into it now. I'm breaking things, getting paid for it, you know? So I guess that's what happens when you ask for comedy first, is we just ramble about a radio station. What? Gosh almighty. Another new bit. Oh, I don't know if that led us to where we are now, but we're absolutely now in a radio station doing it on a daily, you know? Sometimes you're in the middle of it and you're trying to figure it out. And then when you're there, you're like, all right. Now, guys, remember tonight we have a action-packed Friday Night Live at 10 p.m., 10:30-ish, something like that. And I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. Definitely some music will be played, I imagine. Music, some comedy, and just straight up creation is actually what's going to be going down. So I hope that you guys have a chance to get your thoughts out there for the rest of the day. It is a Friday. Remember, guys, you're not a horse. Hold on, was that going to show? You're not a horse. You're not a cow. Serious, y'all. Stop it. You're a guinea pig. You can get that on my website. That's an original meme right there. Look, I can't help the fact that nobody else thought of it. You know, everybody was like, oh, good, they gave us a meme from the CDC. Let's just deal with it. No, you go with it. You hit him back. You hit him back. You know? No, we're not. I'm not a horse. I'm not a cow. I know I'm not. I'm a guinea pig, right? Right? What are we doing here? Look, at the end of the day, when Lord Weasel Fraudschi does his thing, you know? By the way, the website's been updated, guys. If you have a chance, check it out. The t-shirts are now changed. Everything has been changed. So it is Dr. Weasel Fraudschi. And I thank my wife for that, for reminding me that I've called him Fraudschi forever, and that we went with Facce randomly just when we were kind of laying out the t-shirts, but it's Dr. Weasel Fraudschi. And so I think that will make it more appealing because it's close enough to his name. Facce makes no sense. Plus, it doesn't look exactly like him. It's a cartoon character. So Dr. Weasel Fraudschi, yeah, you can get the t-shirt now. And it is on markpires.com. And yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because I've got a couple of appointments this afternoon. And it's kind of a hope that I'll be able to do 2 shows a day going forward the whole year. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm a realtor during the day, and I assume that when it comes down to it, it's not ideal to do 2 shows. We had a snow day today, you know, kids are home, perfect opportunity to come on here and do a quick hour with you guys. I did want to get into about, exactly the best ways to or places to invest in real estate in 2022. I would say my general information or I guess advice on that would be find a location that hasn't exploded yet. A lot of places in this country are overvalued to the point where anybody who gets in now is going to be hurt when it corrects. It's going to correct. There's no way this is the normal market. we're dealing with CV market and people are acting out of sorts. People are paying over asking price to get out of cities. So when that comes to an end, which it will, 2025, at that point, we're going to see a shift back to cities. People want to be back in the cities, and we're going to see a adjustment in value. And what we're going to have is another crisis. Remember when the 07 crisis, when the mortgage crisis hit and people couldn't get anything for their homes anymore because it just wasn't worth it? We're going to have that happen again. It's not too far into the future too, which I'm really, really worried about. So keep your eyes out because it all starts with the bond market. I don't pay attention much to these things. I am curious one of these days getting an actual crypto guru on here, somebody who's also really, really, I would say, up to speed in Forex and give us a little overview on their markets. This is going to be a market overview is essentially when we do these on a daily. He's going over the market, talking about buying situations, selling situations as a listing agent, how you can get a listing, and how to show value when it comes to working with clients in the real estate business. There are a lot of people, like I grew up in a town where they said 1 in 56 is a realtor. Think about that. 1 out of every 56 people is a real estate agent. It's a lot of realtors in a town. And it's probably even more now because when CV happened, a lot of people got their licenses. So when you have an overwhelming population of real estate agents, you need to find a way to differentiate yourself. If you can't do that, then you're going to be trying to find business always. And this is what we really need to dial in on is differentiation. If you're going to go out there as a realtor and you're going to try to pound the pavement in order to create a new business for yourself, let's discuss the best possibilities in creating more income up front. It takes a good year to make any money in real estate. 6 months to a year, unless you're lucky. But in general, 6 months to a year, you're spending money trying to make money for the first time. And it's a tough business to break into, but once you learn it, then you can feel confident as you go forward and you help your clients. And remember, you're going to be helping people. And that's something really, really powerful. And there is an amazing feeling at the end when someone's signing their contract and they're getting their key for the first time. And you know, that smile on their face when they now have that new chapter of their life opening and you were there for it. It's a pretty powerful thing. So I think we tend to forget about those magical moments and we just kind of look past them. But when a couple is getting married and starting a new life together in that house that they just purchased after searching for sometimes 3 to 5 years, it's a really amazing thing to see. And so I do love I love the business that I'm in. I think you have to find a business that you enjoy. It's hard to be successful in something you're not enjoying. It's also impossible to be creative in something you're not enjoying. Being the drone guy and getting a lot of coverage in 2013 for being the first guy to think of a drone in Fairfield County was huge. I got a ton of business for that. And that's why I did it. It was extremely expensive to buy drones at the beginning. I bought a DJI drone at the very beginning. It was so expensive. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I said, I know what's coming. This is like, I got to be able to show the expansiveness of my property. I'm not going to pay a guy $300 to get into a helicopter and shoot photos with a telephoto lens. I'm like, that's not happening. I got to get a drone. And then when someone calls to list their home, I'm going over with the drone. That's one of my favorite stories. I went in on a listing in 2016 and I was a newer agent 4 years in. And I'm sitting down with these owners and they told me right off the bat, they said, "We're interviewing you, the agent who sold us the home," who, by the way, was the top agent in the town. So it's me against the top agent in the town who also sold them the home, and then an agent from a very good firm in town. They were the old school firm. Everybody goes with Brotherhood and Higley. That was the name of the firm. And so it was me against these two people. I'm the young guy in town showing up in my suit. I wore a suit every day for 11 years, 358 days a year, and all summer. And so I show up at the house. I got my drone in hand, and I sit down with him. And the first thing I said to him was, I had a stack. I said, "Do you want to go over, the marketing information and discuss what we could do for your property, or do you want to fly the drone?" And he looked at me. He's like, "Well, what?" I was like, you want to see the drone in action?" I said, "This is what I'm going to use to differentiate your property from the rest of the marketplace. Every other realtor is going to come in here and they'll tell you, 'Hey, we'll do a drone shot.' It's great. I'm going to do one every month. I own the drone. If there's a beautiful sunset one day, I'm showing up to take a shot of it. And we're going to change out the photos on the MLS to affect the SEO and to get more eyes on your property. Being a proactive agent is the most important thing you could do for your clients. And if I show up and I tell them, you got an agent, you're going to interview every agent, they're going to come here and tell you they'll give you a drone shot. That's great. What if the house doesn't sell for 2 months, 3 months? You have the same friggin' drone shot? Everybody saw that shot already? Where you hire an agent who's going to come out and continue to update those photos, continue to shoot drone photography for you. And that was my differentiation when I first started this business, building background and providing drone photography. So you get in the door and you provide value, you may get a shot. I go back in for a second meeting with them. And I'm sitting down with them. They said, Mark, we want to let you know we're down to 2. And I'm like, all right, it's me and the number 1 agent in town, the top agent, the guy that they purchased the house with. All right. I don't know who I'm up against. And they said, we got rid of Jamie. And that's his name. I'm like, what? And I'm blown away now. And I'm like, what do you mean? I thought it would be me against the guy you bought the house with. Like, why am I not up against the guy who sold you the house? That should be the guy who's absolutely the competition at this point. That is the biggest red flag for me. That should be the battle. It's between me and the guy who sold them the house. He's the number 1 agent in town. But they got rid of him. So I said, can I inquire with you, why isn't he here? And this is a tie into something else. Everybody who's always trying to go after commission, they're always going after your value. The first thing they do is say, what's your commission? How much does it cost? Can you do better? Can you do it for less? They did that to me, but I fought them. And I'll tell you how I fought them afterwards. But I said to him, well, can I ask you, why did you get rid of him and why is it me against the other agent? And, I'm just curious. Not that I want to be up against him. He's the top agent in town. Actually, I liked it. I liked the competition. I love that. And so I said, I'm just surprised that he's not here. And they said, well, you know what? Remember when we asked you about commission? I said, yeah. They said, we liked the way you answered that question. He sat down and he said, I could do it for 4. He didn't even give us a chance to ask. He submitted that he will do it for less. And I said, isn't that interesting? I said, when someone tells you that they'll do it for less, how are they going to treat the value of your home when it comes to an offer? And he started laughing. He goes, that's exactly what I said to my wife. He's like, anybody who sits down and is willing to do it for less before we even question it. What happens when we get an offer and they're just going to be like, take it, take it, take it. I said, guys, the reason I fought you on my commission is because I know what I'm worth. Because I know I'm going to show up here every day and I'm going to provide value by putting my heart out and showing this property and sharing the details of this property. I'll be here for every showing. I'm going to shoot drone photography once a month. So no, I can't do it for less. In fact, you should be paying me more. And at the end of the day, I got the listing. I sold the listing. But the point was, I probably wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't show up with the drone. If I didn't show up there and have something different to be remembered. I saw an interesting TikTok, I think it was the other day. It was a college admissions officer. He said, never start with a childhood story when you're writing to the college admissions. You never start with a collegehood story. And I'm like, or a high school story. Young, I was 8 years old. And he's like, everything starts with, I was 8 years old. He's like, our eyes glass over. He's like, we don't want to hear about how you were when you were 8. We want to hear who you are, the mindset you are in right now at 18 or whatever it is. So his perspective was start with something that's going to get our attention and that will make you memorable. And I thought to myself, now I'm kind of connecting that parallel. I was the only guy who walked in with a drone. I'm certain of that. I was the only guy who had a drone at the time. I was on the news all year. So I was the only guy with a drone. But I walked in with a drone, got the listing, sold the listing. And it was not easy. They wouldn't let me show the house. This is one of the craziest stories I've ever had in my life. The wife moves out to California and the husband's living there while they're in the middle of getting to move out. She's out there getting ready and he's going to be moving out. So over the couple of months that I'm trying to sell this house to get them out with their money so they can get to California, he's home and he's like, you can't show it during the, I can't, my wife's not here. We're not keeping the house up, have them come during open houses. And I was like, what? And so basically I had to somehow get people to come only on the weekends. Every agent was pissed off at me. It was a 2-month listing, 3-month listing, and every agent had to come. I had open houses every single weekend for this house. He goes, just keep having open houses and tell everybody to come during the open houses. People want to come on a Thursday at 2:00 by themselves and see a property. He wouldn't let it. He's like, nope, tell them no. And I was like, you don't tell people no when they want to see your house. You let them in. But he didn't listen to reason. He's like, nope, this is what you're going to do. And then the craziest thing was I brought them many offers where like they didn't take the offers, and the offers get worse. That's the way it goes, guys. The offers don't get better, they get worse. So I had the offer that he accepted at the very beginning, and they didn't say yes. So eventually we're getting worse offers, but I'm still getting so much coming through at open houses. We're a week and a half from the end of the listing. And I called him and I said, hey, I'd like to see if we should extend the listing, give me 3 more months. And he goes, no, you have to sell it by the time the listing's expired, or we're gonna hire someone else. I was like, what? You haven't let me show this house once. You tell me to bring people in through open houses. I get you many offers, and you're telling me you're just going to fire me and hire someone else because of those people came at open houses, you haven't had a buyer yet? And this is during the crap part of the market, guys. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, wow. And that's when I realized some people, no matter how hard you work, they're going to continue to drive those nails in on you, those screws, they screw it. And they keep wanting more, So I got it sold. I sold it to a guy who came to 6 of the open houses, kept coming back. And I said, look, finally I said to him, I'm like, this is clearly your house. You've been here 5 or 6 times now. And I was like, what are we doing here? I was like, let's figure out how to make this work. I got to sell his house in Wilton, the house that they bought in New Canaan. It all worked out. It was a double-decker situation, which is the ideal for a realtor. If you could sell a house and also get the listing on the other side, or, sell a listing, get the buy on the other side, that is the ultimate. It really is. That's what we all hope for. But sometimes people act out of sorts. Again, you do the work for someone and they say they're just going to hire another person, is a very odd thing. But that was just a little real estate story. Everything I say, even though I joke on the show a lot, whenever something does come out through a song or through a comedy bit and I mention certain things, like I talked about the card game during the crypto movie, those are all real stories. Those are things that actually happen to me in my life. When I'm in the middle of improvising, the easiest thing to grab onto is truth. So improvising and finding some sort of fantasy to roll into is amazing, but you still have to base it in your own truth or else it's crap. And so sometimes you'll hear me say stuff. I'll bring up like an 86 Ford Escort. That was my freaking car. I talk about a speaker with one speaker in the car hooked up to an emergency brake. That was real. I had a doorbell for a horn that was on my dash in the middle. So my wheel, horn over here above the heater. I'd have to push the horn dashboard situation to honk at somebody. It was a doorbell, guys. It was a black doorbell with a silver thing screwed in. Beep, 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 beep. My father, he had told me even better when he was a kid, their windshield wipers stopped working. So my mother's on one side, he's on the other. They have strings and they're going like this as they drive. My father's got his knee, he's driving, and my mother's grabbing one string, he's got the other, and he's moving, he's driving, and they're opening and closing the windshield wipers with their arms. He's the one who had the brilliant idea about the doorbell. Apparently that was also in that car. In that car he had a doorbell as well. It was like me. But his was he was able to put the doorbell on the actual, honk honk. Yeah, you know how many times I went like this? Oh, dang it. I'm driving. I'm like, oh, honk. Oh, dang it. I have to push that friggin' button. Oh, man, it's so crazy. But this is the stuff that is the beautiful stuff of life, of these improvs, is when the truth of my life comes out in the improv, something like that. It's just a lot of fun doing this with you guys. And that's why I said I'm never discouraged, because this is just the moment taking place and we never know what's going to happen, but it's going to be something unique. The kids are obviously back in from outside. They're outside playing in the snow, doing it. Oh, goodness, fam and friends. So remember, this is just part 1 of day 1,103 in a row. And I was curious to see how observant the family members are. I didn't get to see the chat much here, but did anybody notice I changed? Let me see. I'm going to go back and see. I'm going to see. I don't think anybody recognized it. Yeah, see, Sage says too, his father was a realtor for 35 years and always called it when a housing bubble would crash. I think what's scaring me is we are someone said the other day, should I buy? They called in, they said, should I buy? Is this a good time? Someone's talking about bubble. I was like, this is totally a bubble. I mean, the question is is this going to continue on for 2-3 years where they continue to fearmonger? If they do, then you got 2 more or 3 more years of this before we're back into a normal market. So keep that in mind. Just want to make sure if you're buying in and you're looking for investment, this is a great thing to know. If you're going to be buying an investment property in 2022 and say it's a $200,000 property, you better make sure it wasn't $100,000 a year and a half ago. Because if it was, you're going to be in big trouble when it goes back to that 100,000. You know, we're only where we are because of CV. I was in the toughest real estate market in the country, I think. It was tough to sell homes for 13 years. I had to hustle every single day to create a transaction. And even now, too, you're hustling, but now it's getting a deal for that client because everybody else is getting the accepted offer. Everybody else is paying, going over asking price. It's crazy. So it's a similar market, but you need clients. This is why I'll be here every day just trying to provide some information about real estate. I know today I get off into my tangents. I apologize, but I just can't stop when I start thinking about the insanity of this world, you know? But please don't take any offense by it. And remember, this is just one person with a voice speaking. This should be allowed. It should be acceptable. What I say and what I believe should be completely acceptable and respected under the Constitution of the United States of America. I shouldn't have anybody that's trying to tear down a message of truth or a message of skepticism. And most importantly, a message of positivity should never be even touched. It should be amplified. And so tech world, Mark Zuckerchooch, Twitter, Instagram, which is also Mark Zuckerchooch, TikTok, start allowing every message to be seen. Don't algorithm stuff that you don't want out there. Just let things out and let people use their minds and their hearts to seek out the things that make them feel comfortable and warm at night. When you continue to force an agenda that people do not believe, it only makes them more nervous at night. So stop it. This is the internet. Allow it to breathe. Allow it to breathe freely. Something goes out, it either gets looked at or it doesn't, but allow it to be seen. Allow people to be skeptical of whatever that is that was put out there. I can tell you what, when you take something down, you make us want to watch it more. When you suppress something, when people find out it's suppressed, you only make them want to see it more. Yeah, I would say, Anna, this is probably an amazing time to sell for most people. You know, you have a huge uptick across the nation, especially if you're anywhere within a city, major city. This is still the time. I mean, I joke with my wife. I'm like, if I wasn't a real estate agent that sold property right here in Connecticut and New York, Florida, it's nice and warm down there, you know? It's nice and warm down there. And this would be a time to get some really good money for your home and sock it away. And if you could somehow, if you wind up going into an area that is overinflated currently, just rent for a year. Rent for a year, rent for 2 years. I know it's a waste of money, but if you could save $100,000 in 2 years, spending 40 over the next 2 years is not a bad investment, you know? So just keep that in mind. I don't know what your market is like, but in the future, we're going to start taking more phone calls. Sorry, today I wanted to do that, but I didn't get to it. So tonight, it's a Friday Night Live, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be call-in night. It's going to probably be music and comedy night, but we'll see. All I know is I will be here for you around 10:30. And until then, Anna Treos, Cheryl Niles, Derek Kepner, my brother, good to see you, Pamela Swan, and Sage Pup, you guys rock. I will see you this evening. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you about 7 hours. You got to go away. See you a little later, fam.